I tell you this plainly. Once you discover the secret, nothing can ever be the same. You will no longer envy the rich, for you will know the law they obey.
Welcome to Napoleon Hill's Daily Millionaire Mindset, where we teach you the timeless principles that turn ambition into achievement. Subscribe today and start creating the life you deserve.
Somewhere in what you are about to hear, there is a secret. I will not point it out. I will not name it. You must discover it for yourself. And when you do, you will hold in your hands a law so powerful it can bend circumstances, attract opportunity, and compel riches to obey your will. This secret has been whispered from one generation of the successful to the next. Andrew Carnegie knew it. Henry Ford practiced it. Thomas Edison proved it through thousands of failures until light appeared. Those who mastered it drew men, money, and means to themselves as if by unseen magnet. Those who missed it drifted, delayed, and died with regret. I warn you, the difference between finding this secret and missing it is the difference between fortune and poverty, influence and obscurity, freedom and bondage. If you catch it, you will notice subtle changes at first. Worry will weaken, doubt will shrink, courage will grow. Soon you will see chances where others see obstacles. Doors will open to you that remain locked to the multitude. You will attract allies, investors, buyers, opportunities, as though commanded by an unseen force. But if you miss it, you will remain as you are, struggling, envying, wishing while others build. You will drift through your strongest years, watching braver men seize the crowns that could have been yours. And at the end, you will look back and know the truth, that you heard the words, but you did not grasp the secret, and so it could not serve you. So listen differently. Do not hear these lines as entertainment. Search them, weigh them. Feel for the moment when the secret leaps at you and refuses to leave. That moment is destiny tapping your shoulder. Seize it, and everything changes. Think of what it will mean when you master this law. You will be able to create wealth not by accident, but by command. You will be able to shape your future not by chance, but by definiteness. You will move through life with an aura of certainty so strong that men feel it before you speak. Problems will shrink before your persistence. Ideas will flow into your imagination at the moment you need them. Infinite intelligence itself will seem to whisper guidance into your mind. You will no longer tremble before obstacles, for you will know they are merely instruction. You will no longer drift, for definiteness will govern you. You will become a magnet for every force needed to fulfill your purpose.
Pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Sit up straight. Pay close attention. If you can, grab a journal or open a notes app and capture the ideas that strike you. And if you want to get the most out of these teachings, don't forget to check the first link in the description.
So I say to you, somewhere in this speech, hidden in plain sight, is the key to the law of attraction. If you are ready, you will see it. If you are not, it will pass over you, and you will call these words inspiration and remain unchanged. The law cannot be given, it must be discovered. And when you discover it, you will know, because the world around you will begin to obey. Now listen with both hands, for your fortune depends on whether you catch what is hidden here. There is a law, silent and unseen, that governs every life. It is the law of attraction. It does not bow to chance, pity, or whim. It answers only to definiteness. A man's thoughts, when charged with desire and faith, act as a magnet that pulls to him people, opportunities, and circumstances. This magnet is always at work. The only question is whether it serves drift or mastery. The drifter says, I hope for better days. His thoughts are vague, scattered, and weak. He attracts more drift, more excuses, more delay. He wonders why fortune avoids him, not knowing he has repelled it with his vagueness. The master says, I demand riches in a definite sum by a definite date. His thoughts are clear, burning, and persistent. He attracts fortune, for definiteness is magnetic. Andrew Carnegie rose from poverty to command steel. He did not stumble into wealth by chance. His definiteness of purpose became a magnet that drew investors, workers, and opportunities. Men trusted him because his clarity was unmistakable. He did not say, "I hope to prosper." He said, "I will build an empire of steel." The law of attraction bent to his definiteness, and the world delivered. Say aloud, "I attract what I demand because my thoughts are law." These words are not poetry. They are the formula of success. Your mind is a broadcasting station. Each definite thought you hold sends out vibration. That vibration attracts its match. Fear attracts loss. Doubt attracts delay. Faith attracts riches. This law is exact, impartial, and cannot be tricked. You attract what you truly think. The drifter ignores this law. He fills his mind with envy, fear, and complaint. He imagines lack, and lack obeys. He dreams of ease, but refuses discipline, and so attracts weakness. He blames fate, not knowing he has set his own magnet against himself. The master respects the law. He thinks only what he desires. He fills his mind with definiteness, and definiteness gathers fortune. Consider Henry Ford. He did not beg for luck. He set his magnet by declaring, "I will build a car for the common man." His definiteness drew engineers, investors, and ideas to him. Even when told impossible, his persistence recharged his magnet. Today, the world drives because Ford set his thought as law. He did not attract by hope. He attracted by definiteness. This law does not sleep. Every day you are attracting according to your dominating thoughts. If you fear poverty, you attract conditions that confirm it. If you dwell in courage, you attract chances that require courage. Life does not mock you. It reflects you. The universe bends to your magnet. Drift bends it downward. Definiteness bends it upward. The law is impersonal and exact. Say again with conviction, "I attract what I demand because my thoughts are law." Speak it until you feel the weight of it. Write your desire until it sharpens like steel. Imagine it until it burns into your subconscious. Your magnet grows stronger with repetition. The drifter repeats fear. The master repeats decree. One attracts chains, the other crowns. Both obey the same law. Thomas Edison proved this when he persisted for years to create the electric light. He held one image, light glowing in a bulb. His thoughts attracted ideas, methods, and men to his side. 10,000 failures did not weaken him because his magnet was set. At last, the light appeared. It did not come by luck. It came by law. His definiteness drew it, and the world obeyed. The drifter will say, "But I have no influence, no money, no chance." That is his confession. He has attracted exactly what he thinks. He believes in lack, and lack clings to him. The master says, "I am definite, and I will persist until." Though poor at first, he attracts allies, ideas, and resources. Soon he rises, and the world calls him fortunate. But fortune is only law fulfilled. This magnet cannot be hidden. Others feel it. They sense definiteness in your aura. They are drawn to confidence and repelled by vagueness. Carnegie's investors followed him because they felt his certainty. Schwab persuaded Morgan because his confidence was magnetic. Ford's engineers yielded to him because his decisiveness infected them. Attraction is not spoken. It is radiated. Say it once more with force. "I attract what I demand because my thoughts are law." Make this your creed. Refuse to think what you do not wish to attract. Refuse to speak what you do not wish to experience. Refuse to imagine what you do not wish to live. Fill your mind with definiteness, and fortune must obey. This is not hope, it is law, and law cannot fail. So I charge you, guard your thoughts, cast out vagueness, refuse drift, refuse envy, refuse fear. Write your decree. Repeat it until your mind glows with certainty. Act daily as though fortune were already yours. The magnet of definiteness will bend the world to you. The law is always at work. Use it and rise. Ignore it and drift. The choice is yours. Attraction does not begin with chance meetings or with opportunity knocking at your door. It begins with burning desire. Weak desires produce nothing. Wishes drift away like smoke. But when a man's desire is definite, burning, and unyielding, it becomes fire. That fire reshapes thought, speech, action, and aura until the world itself must respond. Edwin C. Barnes proved this law. He did not wish to be near Thomas Edison. He declared he would become Edison's partner. That was his desire, not employment, but partnership. He arrived at Edison's office with no money, no influence, no education. Yet Edison saw in his eyes the flame of definiteness. Barnes's desire burned so strong it made him magnetic. His desire drew fortune to him. Barnes began at the lowest task, but he carried himself as though already a partner. He thought, walked, and spoke in harmony with his desire. Years passed before opportunity arrived. When Edison produced a dictating machine others scorned, Barnes seized the chance to sell it. His desire pulled customers, pulled wealth, pulled recognition. Soon he was Edison's partner. His desire had attracted destiny. Say aloud, my desire is definite, my decree unshakable. I do not wish, I demand. I do not drift, I direct. My fire burns until fortune obeys. My desire is law, and my law attracts riches. My desire is burning, and burning desire is magnetic. I attract opportunity. I attract allies. I attract means, because my desire refuses compromise. My desire is my crown, and my crown is mastery. The drifter desires faintly. He says, I would like a better life. But he tolerates excuses. He accepts delay. He surrenders at the first defeat. His desire is a flicker that wind extinguishes. He attracts drift because drift is all he believes in. The master declares, I will have this sum by this date through this plan. His desire burns. His fire pulls fortune because fortune obeys flame. Desire reorders conduct. The man of weak desire wastes evenings, complains in idleness, speaks of chance. The man of burning desire rises early, reviews his plan, renders service beyond pay. His desire pulls him from weakness to strength, from hesitation to decision, from drift to definiteness. His aura glows and men feel it. His fire burns through excuses until only action remains. Andrew Carnegie began in poverty, but he refused to accept it as permanent. His desire for wealth burned so strongly that he read, studied, served, and planned while others idled. That fire attracted investors, mentors, and allies. He did not hope for chance, he demanded opportunity, and his fire pulled it to him. Today, his name remains because desire was his standard. Say again, my desire is definite, my decree unshakable. I will not excuse weakness. I will not tolerate drift. I will not bow to fear. My desire burns, and burning desire attracts. I attract what I demand, not what I beg. I attract riches, not excuses. I attract mastery, not mediocrity. My desire is fire, my decree is law, my destiny is certain. My desire pulls fortune to me. Burning desire changes aura. A man of faint wish enters a room unnoticed. His presence says nothing. A man of burning desire enters, and others feel it before he speaks. His fire inspires confidence, his eyes carry definiteness, his tone commands. This is no mystery, it is law. Desire shapes energy, and energy attracts. Weak desire repels, strong desire compels. Thomas Edison burned with desire for light. Thousands of failures could not extinguish his flame. His fire drew ideas, materials, and men to his aid. His aura pulled persistence from others, even when they doubted. That burning desire pulled light out of the dark. Had he wished vaguely, history would not remember him. But desire was his fire, and fire pulled fortune. Practical action. Write one desire you will no longer treat as optional. Say, this I demand, and I will persist until it appears. Fix it in writing. Fix the sum, the date, the service you will render. Fix it as law. Each time you waver, read it aloud. Each time you fear, repeat it. Each time you tire, review it. Desire becomes fire when enforced daily. Fire becomes fortune when proven in action. Say once more with conviction, my desire is definite, my decree unshakable. I burn with purpose. I will not wish faintly. I will not hope vaguely. I demand, I decree, I persist, and I conquer. My desire is fire. My fire is magnet. My magnet pulls fortune. I attract what I demand because I burn for it. I attract riches because I desire them with definiteness. My desire is my destiny. So I charge you, raise your desire from wish to decree. Refuse to tolerate faint longing. Refuse to live with flickers. Demand fire. Write it, speak it, burn with it until the world bends. Barnes burned, Carnegie burned, Edison burned, Ford burned. Each man's desire became his magnet. Each man's fire pulled fortune. Let your desire burn until it pulls destiny to your door. Desire alone is not enough. A man may burn with longing, but if his faith is faint, his fire produces smoke instead of power. The law of attraction obeys certainty of belief. Doubt disrupts the current. Hesitation breaks the magnet. Faith is the supreme standard that says, what I hold in my mind, I must attract into my life. Charles M. Schwab demonstrated this law when he stood before J.P. Morgan to outline the vision of $1 billion steel trust. He spoke not with hesitation, but with confidence so absolute that Morgan felt compelled to believe. Schwab's certainty was contagious. Within days, the United States Steel Corporation was born. Faith attracted it, because faith never fails the man who persists. Say aloud with force, what I believe, I must attract. My standard is certainty. I do not drift in doubt. I do not bow to fear. I do not excuse weakness. My decree is law because my faith accepts it as law. I believe until my belief becomes substance. I attract because I believe, and I believe until I possess. My faith is unshakable. My destiny is certain. The drifter permits doubt to poison his thoughts. He says, I want wealth, but perhaps it is not possible. His magnet is broken. He repels fortune even while wishing for it. His aura is weak, his allies unconvinced, his efforts scattered. The master refuses doubt. He says, this is mine, though the world denies it. His faith glows, and the law bends. Certainty attracts what doubt repels. Abraham Lincoln endured countless defeats. Critics mocked him, yet his faith in unity never wavered. He believed in his purpose with such certainty that the nation felt it. His faith drew allies, inspired soldiers, and silenced critics. Though temporary defeat struck him often, his magnet never broke, because his belief was absolute. Faith was his standard, and faith carried him to destiny. Andrew Carnegie believed in steel when others doubted. His confidence infected investors. They trusted him because he trusted himself. That certainty attracted capital, partnerships, and labor. His aura of faith was so strong that men of wealth and skill were pulled into his orbit. Faith is contagious. When you believe without wavering, others catch it, and their belief multiplies your power. Say again with conviction, what I believe I must attract. My standard is certainty. I will not permit doubt to poison me. I will not permit fear to paralyze me. I will not permit criticism to weaken me. I believe now before evidence appears. I act as though already rich, and riches must obey. My belief is law. My magnet is strong. My attraction is certain. Faith is built through repetition. Each time you repeat your decree with emotion, you engrave it deeper into your subconscious. Each time you act as though already in possession, you strengthen belief. Each time you persist despite appearances, you make faith unshakable. Soon your belief becomes identity, and attraction becomes inevitable. Faith is not passive. It is practiced daily. Thomas Edison's belief in light was supreme. Others called him foolish, but he never doubted. His certainty drew persistence from himself and loyalty from others. His assistants followed him through thousands of failures because his faith was unshakable. They caught his certainty, and it carried them all to victory. Faith is magnetic. It attracts not only opportunity, but devotion. The drifter waits for evidence before believing. He says, I will believe when I see. He dies waiting. The master believes first. He says, I will see because I believe. His faith pulls evidence into form. This is law. What you believe, you attract. What you doubt, you repel. The law cannot fail, for it is impartial. Faith is the supreme standard that governs attraction. Exercise now. Close your eyes and see yourself in possession of your decree. Imagine the exact sum, the exact service, the exact date. Feel it as though already yours. Believe it so strongly that your heart cannot doubt. Say aloud, what I believe, I must attract. Repeat until the image feels real. Do this daily, and faith will engrave certainty into your subconscious. Say once more with passion, what I believe I must attract. My standard is certainty. My desire is fire. My faith is magnet. My destiny is law. I believe until the world obeys. I believe until fortune surrenders. I believe until victory crowns me. Nothing can resist me, for my belief is absolute. Nothing can deny me, for my magnet is charged. What I believe, I must attract. So I charge you, raise your standard of faith. Refuse to live in hesitation. Refuse to poison your magnet with doubt. Believe as though already victorious. Act as though already rich. Persist as though defeat were impossible. Certainty is the supreme standard. Once you live in it, attraction cannot fail you. Believe, and the law will bend the world to your decree. The law of attraction does not answer faint thoughts spoken once. It answers what is engraved into the subconscious through repetition. Your subconscious mind is a silent servant that accepts every repeated suggestion, whether good or bad. It cannot reason. It cannot argue. It obeys what is impressed upon it. Autosuggestion is the tool by which you carve your decree into this servant. The drifter uses autosuggestion carelessly. He repeats his fears, I am unlucky. I am weak. I will probably fail. His subconscious accepts these lies as law. His magnet weakens. He attracts failure because he has engraved failure. The master uses autosuggestion deliberately. He repeats his decree with passion, morning and night, until belief becomes identity. His subconscious accepts definiteness, and fortune is pulled to him. Say aloud, day by day I engrave attraction into my mind. My decree is fixed. My faith is certain. My desire burns. My subconscious obeys because I command it. I repeat until doubt dies. I affirm until belief is unshakable. I imagine until it feels real. My mind is my tool, and I use it daily. Because I engrave attraction into my mind, fortune must obey my decree. Edwin C. Barnes did not merely wish to partner with Edison. He told himself daily, I will be Edison's associate. His repetition made him believe it before Edison did. His subconscious accepted it as law, and his magnet pulled the opportunity when it appeared. Without repetition, his desire might have faded. With autosuggestion, it became destiny. I proved this law in my own household. My son was born without ears. Doctors said he would never hear or speak, but I refused their verdict. I told him daily that he could hear, that he would live a full life, that his difference would be turned into strength. Though he lacked physical equipment, his subconscious accepted the suggestion. Today he hears, speaks, and thrives. Such is the power of repeated decree. The drifter says, I tried affirmations once and they did not work. That is his confession. He quit before engraving. Autosuggestion is not a single stroke. It is chiseling stone. You repeat daily until the image is permanent. Each reading of your decree cuts deeper. Each affirmation presses stronger. Each visualization burns brighter. Soon your subconscious accepts it as truth, and your magnet is charged. Say again with fire, day by day I engrave attraction into my mind. I do not drift in weak thoughts. I do not repeat fear. I do not poison my magnet. I repeat faith. I repeat definiteness. I repeat desire. I repeat persistence. My subconscious accepts my decree as law. Because I engrave attraction daily, I attract opportunity daily. Because I engrave fortune, fortune must appear. Thomas Edison engraved the image of light into his mind. For years he failed, but each day he persisted, holding the vision until it became real. His assistants doubted, but Edison's subconscious was already convinced. He engraved success so deeply that failure could not erase it. At last, the image became light. His repetition pulled invention into form. Practical instruction. Each morning upon rising, read your decree aloud. State the sum, the date, the service you will render. Speak it with passion. Each night before sleep, repeat it again. Let this be the last voice your subconscious hears. Close your eyes and imagine possession. Feel it until it seems real. Your subconscious cannot resist repeated emotion. It must obey. The drifter fills his mornings with fear and his evenings with doubt. He imagines failure, repeats weakness, and dreams of drift. His subconscious accepts this as his decree. His magnet attracts more drift. The master disciplines his mornings and nights. He engraves definiteness when waking, definiteness when sleeping. His subconscious glows with command, and attraction works day and night on his behalf. Say once more with conviction, day by day I engrave attraction into my mind. I write my decree. I speak my decree. I repeat my decree. I live my decree. My subconscious accepts it as law. Fortune hears it through my faith. Opportunity feels it through my aura. Circumstance bends to it through my persistence. Because I engrave my decree daily, my destiny is certain. So I charge you, begin tonight. Write your decree plainly. Read it aloud before sleep. Read it again in the morning. Refuse to miss a single day. Repeat until it burns into your heart. Persist until it becomes identity. Engrave definiteness into your subconscious, and the law of attraction will engrave fortune into your life. What you repeat, you attract. What you engrave, you must live. Every fortune first exists as a picture in the imagination. Desire supplies the fire, faith supplies the force, autosuggestion engraves the command, but imagination provides the form. The mind is a workshop where thoughts are shaped into plans, ideas into inventions, visions into empires. The law of attraction answers not only to what you demand, but to the images you hold most vividly. Imagination comes in two forms. Synthetic imagination rearranges what already exists. It combines facts, experiences, and ideas into new structures. Creative imagination opens the channel to infinite intelligence. It supplies flashes, hunches, and visions that have no source in memory, but arrive as gifts to the prepared mind. Both are necessary. Both feed the magnet of attraction. Thomas Edison pictured light long before it appeared. He held the image of a glowing bulb so persistently that it lived in his mind more real than failure. Thousands of experiments could not erase it. His imagination created a workshop where light already existed. The law of attraction drew to him ideas, materials, and men until the picture became substance. Without imagination, desire has no mold. The drifter lets imagination decay. He fills it with fear, with envy, with idle fantasy. He imagines disasters and attracts them. He imagines excuses and lives them. His imagination is a workshop of drift, producing nothing but delay. The master disciplines imagination. He says, I will picture riches. I will picture service. I will picture mastery. His imagination becomes the workshop of fortune. Andrew Carnegie imagined a world built by steel when others saw only iron. His mind pictured bridges, rails, skyscrapers, ships. He held the image until it became industry. His imagination directed his magnet, and capital, men, and machines were drawn to him. He was not lucky. He pictured what he demanded, and the law bent to his imagination. Practical action. Each day, close your eyes and see your decree as already fulfilled. Do not imagine vaguely. Picture the exact sum written on a check, the exact house built by your wealth, the exact service you have rendered. Feel it in your hands, see it in your life, believe it until your subconscious accepts it. Your imagination, fueled by faith, becomes irresistible magnetism. The drifter says, "I will imagine when I am rich." He dies poor. The master says, "I will imagine now, before riches appear." His imagination sets his magnet, and fortune must follow. This is law. You attract not what you idly wish, but what you vividly picture and believe in. Images are magnets. Hold them clearly, charge them with desire, and they must attract their likeness. Edison received many of his best ideas in sudden flashes. These were moments of creative imagination. His mind, prepared by desire, faith, and persistence, opened itself to infinite intelligence. The ideas did not come from books or experience. They came from the unseen, drawn by the magnet of imagination. Attraction responds not only to memory, but to vision. Your imagination must be exercised. If you neglect it, it weakens. If you train it, it grows fertile. Each time you visualize your decree, you strengthen it. Each time you sketch plans, combine ideas, or welcome flashes, you expand it. Imagination is muscle. It must be used daily in the workshop of your mind, or drift will use it to produce fear. Say softly but firmly, "My imagination is the workshop of riches. I picture my decree until it becomes reality. I hold images of abundance, not poverty. I picture success, not failure. I create plans in my mind, and the law of attraction supplies means. My imagination is disciplined. My imagination is definite. My imagination is fertile. I use it daily, and it attracts what I create." Henry Ford pictured a car for the common man. His imagination did not rest until that image became assembly lines, factories, and roads. He saw the future before the world did. His vision pulled opportunity, allies, and inventions. Imagination was his magnet, and fortune obeyed. Every master you admire first pictured what he demanded. The drifter never pictures, so he never commands. So I charge you, enter the workshop of your mind daily. Picture what you demand, sketch plans, welcome flashes, discipline your imagination. Do not fill it with drift. Do not poison it with fear. Hold your decree in vivid images until the law of attraction bends to them. The world you see around you was once an image in someone's mind. What you imagine now will soon be your life. Desire without a plan is like fire without fuel. It flares for a moment, then dies. Faith without a plan is wishful thinking. Imagination without a plan is fantasy. The law of attraction does not reward drift. It rewards definiteness. Organized planning is the blueprint that binds circumstances to your decree. It is the bridge that makes your magnet effective in the world of action. The drifter says, "Someday I will be rich," but writes no steps. His standard is vague, so his magnet pulls nothing. The master writes, "I will secure this sum by this date through this plan." His thoughts are definite, his steps are practical, his aura is clear. Circumstances bend because definiteness directs them. The plan is the mold that shapes fortune. John D. Rockefeller did not drift into his oil empire. He studied costs, organized men, built systems, and arranged alliances. His definiteness attracted opportunity, but his plans bound those opportunities into wealth. Investors trusted him because his order was visible. The law of attraction obeyed because he gave it structure. Fortune does not follow chaos, it follows organized planning. Say aloud, "I attract fortune because my plan is definite. My desire is fire, my faith is magnet, my imagination is workshop, my plan is blueprint. I do not drift in vague hopes. I write steps, I assign dates, I gather allies, I act daily. My plan binds circumstances to my decree. Because my plan is definite, the law of attraction must serve me." Rockefeller's genius was not oil, it was order. He refused waste, demanded precision, and organized details until his system was flawless. His plan pulled wealth because it removed chance. His empire grew not from luck, but from disciplined steps written and enforced. The same law waits for you. Attraction bends to definiteness, and definiteness must be expressed in plan. The drifter prepares endlessly but never acts. He polishes paper, waits for perfection, and excuses delay. His magnet grows cold. The master acts with what he has, begins where he stands, and adjusts as he moves. His plan is flexible in method but fixed in aim. Attraction supplies what he needs because his motion proves seriousness. The world respects a man in motion. Andrew Carnegie planned his rise while still poor. He wrote his aims, studied men, aligned with mentors, and reinvested profits. His plan was definite, so capital was drawn to him. Fortune did not stumble into his life. It was attracted by his definiteness and bound by his plan. Without planning, desire remains a flame that burns out. With planning, desire becomes an empire. Practical action. Tonight, write 3 steps you will take toward your decree. Do not wait for the perfect step. Write the first action for tomorrow, the second for the week, the third for the month. Assign dates. Each step, however small, binds the law of attraction tighter to your aim. Attraction supplies opportunity, but planning captures it. Drift lets opportunity slip away. Say again with conviction, I attract fortune because my plan is definite. I refuse vague wishes. I refuse idle drift. I refuse excuses. I demand definiteness. I write my decree. I write my steps. I write my dates. I gather allies. I act daily. My plan is the mold of my fortune. Because my plan is law, the law of attraction must obey. Henry Ford's plan was not merely to build cars, but to systematize production. His assembly line was not luck. It was organization. His plan bound ideas, machines, and men into one unstoppable force. Investors saw his order and trusted it. Customers saw his efficiency and paid for it. Attraction gave him opportunity, but his plan multiplied it into empire. The drifter says, I will wait for the right moment. The master says, the right moment is now. The drifter says, I must have more before I begin. The master says, I begin with what I have. The drifter waits and nothing bends to him. The master acts and attraction supplies the rest. Planning proves his seriousness and fortune crowns seriousness with reward. So I charge you, write your plan tonight. Refuse to let another day pass in vagueness. Organize your desire into steps, your faith into motion, your imagination into structure. Attraction will supply opportunities, but planning will bind them to your life. Say it once more. I attract fortune because my plan is definite. Let this be your creed, and let your plan prove your decree. There comes a moment when attraction hardens into destiny, and that moment is decision. Desire prepares, faith charges, imagination creates, planning organizes, but nothing bends to you until you decide. Hesitation is drift. Indecision is weakness. Fortune flees from the man who wavers. Fortune crowns the man who cuts through doubt with the sword of decision and refuses retreat. The drifter says, I will try for a while. His magnet falters, his aura dims, and opportunity slips away. The master says, I decide once, and I will persist until victory. His magnet grows stronger, his aura sharpens, and men feel his certainty. Decision is not a whisper, it is a decree. It closes every door behind you and leaves only the way forward. Consider the general who landed his soldiers on foreign soil. They faced an enemy greater in number. Retreat was possible, but the general gave the order to burn the ships. He declared, we win or we perish. With retreat gone, the soldiers fought with fury and secured victory. That is decision, final, irrevocable, unbending. When you decide absolutely, the law of attraction must supply victory. Henry Ford faced ridicule when he demanded an 8-cylinder engine cast in one block. His engineers said, it cannot be done. They returned again and again with failure. Ford refused to yield. His decision was final. Produce it. Months later, they succeeded. His decree bent the impossible. If Ford had tolerated hesitation, history would not remember his name. Decision made him master. The drifter consults every voice but his own. He waits for critics to approve, for friends to encourage, for circumstances to become easy. His standard is drift, and his magnet attracts more drift. The master listens to his decree, decides and shuts out every weaker voice. His standard is mastery, and his magnet pulls fortune. He does not waver because wavering repels. Decision liberates energy. A man who hesitates is drained by inner conflict. He wonders, delays, and grows weak. A man who decides is filled with power. His path is clear, his steps are firm. Others sense his authority and rally to him. Decision ignites attraction because definiteness is irresistible. Men, money, and means are drawn to the one who has decided. Abraham Lincoln decided that the Union must endure. He was defeated in election after election. He was mocked, criticized, and opposed. Yet he never wavered. His decision became the anchor of a nation. Others yielded to compromise. Lincoln stood immovable. Attraction bent to his certainty, and history crowned him. Decision carried him through storms into legacy. The drifter says, "I will wait until I am sure." He waits forever. The master says, "I am sure because I have decided." The drifter says, "I may return to safety if it is hard." The master says, "I have burned every bridge." I will persist until the drifter dies with regrets. The master dies with a crown. The difference is decision. Practical action. Tonight, write one decision you will no longer revisit. Say, "This I demand, this I decree, this I will not question again." Shut the door behind you. Refuse retreat. Your magnet will grow stronger the moment hesitation dies. Decision is the blade that severs weakness. Once you decide, fortune is compelled to obey. Decision does not guarantee ease. It guarantees direction. You will still face obstacles, but you will face them with certainty.
If this inspired you, subscribe and follow for more. And don't miss the other videos we've lined up for you. Keep learning, keep growing. Your next breakthrough could be one click away.